Danny Koker, the bandana-wearing icon of custom cars, seemed to have it all. A hit TV show, a successful business, and a reputation as a master of vehicle customization.
A lot of people don't even know that I do music. And interestingly enough, growing up, there were three things that were really crucial in my life, and that was music, motorcycles, and cars.
Yet behind the bright lights of Las Vegas and the roar of his custom engines lies a story marked by whispers of tragedy, legal battles, and a personal journey that is filled with sadness. Why is the tragedy of Danny Koker so sad? The Count's rise to fame. Danny Koker's journey to fame is a tale of passion, perseverance, and a deep connection to the cars he loved. Born in Cleveland, Ohio, on January 5, 1964, Danny Nicholas Koker II was surrounded by influences that would shape his future in profound ways. His father, Daniel Koker Sr., was not only an employee of the Ford Motor Company, but also a talented musician. This unique blend of mechanical knowledge and artistic creativity became the foundation for Danny's life. From early on, it was clear that Danny was destined to follow in his father's footsteps, not only sharing his name but his passion and skills too. Danny's fascination with cars started early. He was captivated by the classic vehicles his father worked on and often spent hours watching him repair and modify engines. "When other kids were playing with toys, I was taking apart cars," Danny once said in an interview. His father nurtured this passion, gifting him a cruiser when he was just a child. That bike was the spark that ignited a lifelong obsession with customizing vehicles. There's no doubt that the long hours spent watching his father taught Danny a lot. His more hands-on approach later on solidified those skills, setting him up for his future. By the time Danny was a teenager, he was learning the intricacies of car restoration. At Valley High School in Las Vegas, he took shop and automotive classes, but he often credited his real education to the hours spent in garages, getting his hands dirty and figuring out how machines worked. This practical, immersive approach gave him an edge over others, as he understood the soul of a vehicle, not just its mechanics. Classes and lessons were all well and good, but Danny was learning on the go and getting an edge over his competition. But Danny's story isn't just about cars. Music played an equally vital role in his rise. Growing up in a musical household, Danny performed with his family band, the Koker Family Singers, and even played at Carnegie Hall at just 11 years old. His father's legacy as a musician who performed with legends like Mahalia Jackson and the Oak Ridge Boys left an indelible mark on Danny. The rhythm of rock and roll coursed through his veins, blending seamlessly with the roar of engines to define his identity. When Danny eventually opened Count's Customs in Las Vegas, it wasn't just a business. It was the culmination of decades of passion and hard work. The shop quickly gained a reputation for transforming rusted wrecks into works of art, attracting car enthusiasts from all over. This success laid the groundwork for Counting Cars, the History Channel show that would catapult Danny into the national spotlight. Danny's rise to fame was not without its challenges, but it was fueled by his deep love for cars and music, a passion that resonated with audiences worldwide. The foundation of his empire was built on these two passions. However, even the strongest foundations can be shaken by tragedy, and Danny's story is one laced with sadness. Behind the bandana, the dark secrets of success. For fans of Counting Cars, Danny Koker, known as the Count, represented a dream come true. A man who lived life on his own terms, blending creativity, hard work, and a love for automobiles into a career most could only imagine. But behind the signature bandana and easygoing demeanor lay a reality far more complex, marked by challenges and controversies that would ultimately tarnish his otherwise gleaming reputation. Danny's rise to fame wasn't without sacrifices. As Counting Cars gained popularity, the demands of running Count's Customs while maintaining a public persona became increasingly overwhelming. Danny had been used to learning on the go, only being responsible for himself and not really having to answer to anyone. Now he was managing a team of skilled craftsmen, overseeing complex restoration projects, and filming a reality TV show. It was a big life change, and it came with immense pressure. While Danny appeared calm and collected on screen, insiders reported that the workload behind the scenes was grueling. Employees at Count's Customs allegedly described the workplace as a pressure cooker, with deadlines and high-profile projects creating a constant state of tension. Financially, the success of Counting Cars brought not only profits, but also scrutiny. While on the show, many of the customers were shown to be happy with their cars, The reality was a little different. Count's Customs actually attracted its fair share of negative reviews. Whether these reviews were legitimate or just a way to tarnish the business is unclear, but it does show the pressure of operating a business in the limelight. A more significant scandal emerged in 2017 when Danny was linked to a legal case. A former employee was sued for stealing money from the company and using it for personal benefits. When the story broke, it didn't take long for rumors to start swirling, with everything from the case being fake to it involving controlled substances. Some reports claimed that a former employee had been receiving payments from Count's Customs in exchange for illegal drugs. This brought up questions about Danny's own past and possible struggle with substance misuse, a revelation that shocked fans, although it was never confirmed. Known for his cool, charismatic personality, Danny suddenly found himself at the center of a storm that threatened his career and personal life. For fans, this period painted a different picture of Danny Koker, a man who, beneath the bandana and tattoos, was as human as anyone else. His story became a reminder that success often comes with a hidden cost. The tragedies Danny faced during this time added depth to his story, showing that even a figure as larger-than-life as the Count could fall victim to the pressures of fame. Around this time, Danny was pictured looking tired, with dark circles under his eyes. It's clear that the toll of the drama, whether real or fake, was taking its toll. This is where the fall of counting cars began. The fall of counting cars. For nearly a decade, Counting Cars reigned as one of the History Channel's most beloved shows, showcasing Danny Koker's unmatched expertise in car restoration and customization. From its debut in 2012 to its final season in 2021, the series drew millions of viewers, captivated by Danny's charisma and the incredible transformations that turned rusted wrecks into masterpieces. However, the end of Counting Cars left fans reeling, sparking rumors and speculation about what really happened behind the scenes, and why a show so popular would come to an abrupt halt. While the official reason for the cancellation has never been disclosed, whispers of controversy surrounded the show's final years. Some industry insiders speculated that the strain of fame, including negative reviews, lawsuits, and a rigid schedule, may have contributed to the decision to end the series. Others suggested that the rising costs of production, coupled with declining ratings, could have played a role. The show's format, though initially fresh and engaging, had started to show signs of fatigue. After 10 seasons, some fans complained that episodes had become formulaic, with similar storylines revolving around dramatic deadlines and over-the-top builds. Some people began to question if what they were seeing was real, or just scripted drama in an attempt to draw viewers in. This repetition, combined with the challenges of keeping a reality TV show authentic, may have led producers to conclude that Counting Cars had run its course. Adding to the speculation were rumors of tension within the crew. While Danny Koker was the face of the show, Counting Cars relied on a team of talented craftsmen, each with their own unique personalities. Reports of disagreements and infighting among staff members began to surface, hinting at the difficulties of balancing creative visions with the pressures of reality TV production. Such internal conflicts undoubtedly made it harder to sustain the show's momentum. The infighting, drama, and intense pressure were taking a toll on Danny. The love of cars he'd once had was being turned into a spectacle. His every move was scrutinized, and even the smallest mistakes were magnified. What had started out as something wonderful was quickly turning dark, marking a sad moment in Danny Koker's career. Fans, however, weren't ready to let go. When the series ended, many flooded social media with pleas for its return. Why would they cancel such a great show? One fan asked, reflecting the confusion of a devoted audience that had grown attached to both the cars and the characters. Danny, always mindful of his fans, addressed the end of the show in interviews, expressing gratitude for its run while hinting at the challenges of maintaining such a high-profile project. Despite the fall of Counting Cars, Danny ensured that the spirit of the show lived on. Count's Customs remains open to the public, offering tours and a museum dedicated to the series' most memorable builds. This legacy allows fans to connect with the magic of Counting Cars even after its cancellation. The show's end marked the close of a chapter in Danny Koker's life, but it also raised questions about the toll of fame and success. Was the fall of Counting Cars inevitable, or was it the result of hidden tragedies that wore down even its larger-than-life star? The mystery surrounding its cancellation continues to intrigue fans who struggle with the idea that it could have brought tragedy to Danny's life. Personal struggles and redemption. Behind Danny Koker's bandana and cool rock and roll persona lies a story filled with personal battles and quiet resilience. While he is celebrated for his immense success in the automotive and entertainment worlds, Danny's life off-screen has been marked by struggles that add even more sadness to his story. These struggles have fueled speculation and rumors about the toll that fame and fortune may have taken on the Count. One of the most talked about challenges in Danny's life was his battle with addiction. Though details remain vague and often conflicting, reports suggest that the pressures of managing Count's customs, starring in counting cars, and maintaining his public image drove Danny to seek solace in substances. Many viewed it as the low point of his otherwise stellar career, a moment that may have contributed to a decline in viewer numbers. The rumor mill also churned out stories of personal isolation during his darkest periods. Some sources hinted that Danny withdrew from his closest friends and colleagues, a sign of the internal battles he was fighting. The high stakes of his career, combined with the constant scrutiny of reality TV fame, exacerbated these challenges. A life spent in the public eye, after all, often amplifies personal struggles, leaving little room for privacy or healing. Despite this, Danny's journey is also one of redemption. By all accounts, he has emerged from his personal struggles with a renewed sense of purpose. Speculation about his recovery suggests that Danny leaned on the same qualities that made him a success: grit, determination, and an unwavering passion for what he loves. His candidness about facing challenges, while never fully addressing specific allegations, has resonated with fans who admire his resilience. Danny's music has been a key part of his healing process. With Count 77, his band, Danny found an outlet for expression that allowed him to reconnect with his roots. The band's performances and their growing popularity gave him a sense of community and purpose, helping him channel his energy into creativity rather than self-destruction. While Danny Koker rarely speaks openly about these struggles, his story continues to inspire. The whispers of tragedy surrounding him serve as a reminder that even the most successful lives can be fraught with challenges. For fans, Danny's ability to push through adversity and find redemption speaks to his character and adds a bittersweet depth to his larger-than-life persona. His journey from personal turmoil to triumph makes his story not only relatable, but also so sad, leaving many to wonder what battles remain for the mechanic. Love and loss in the spotlight. Behind every great figure is a strong partner, and for Danny Koker, that person is his wife, Corey Koker. The couple's enduring relationship has been a source of fascination for fans, with many seeing their bond as a rare constant in the unpredictable world of fame. However, life in the spotlight has its challenges, and the rumors and speculations surrounding Danny and Corey's relationship have added an air of mystery and tragedy to their story. Corey, a gifted businesswoman and musician in her own right, has played a pivotal role in Danny's life and career. She co-manages Danny's Vamped, the rock and roll nightclub that has become an integral part of his Las Vegas empire while also providing an escape for him musically. Together, they've built a thriving business that blends their shared passions for music and automobiles. Yet their partnership hasn't always been immune to the strains of fame and fortune. Danny's hectic schedule undoubtedly put a strain on his personal life. With counting cars in production for nearly a decade and his numerous business ventures demanding constant attention, balancing work and home life was a challenge. The long hours, public scrutiny, and frequent travel took a clear toll on their relationship. With the pressure of fame, Danny needed someone by his side. But the sad reality is that it isn't always easy to be that support system for someone either. Adding to the intrigue were the reports about Corey's health, which surfaced during the height of counting cars' popularity. She was said to have suffered a serious health crisis, with some even alleging that she had been in a car accident. While these claims were not directly confirmed by Corey, the situation highlighted the strong bond between Corey and Danny and their importance to fans in Las Vegas and beyond. The rumors only added to the public's interest in their personal lives, reinforcing how closely the couple was followed and admired. Corey's temporary absence from Count's Vamped during this period only fueled the speculation. For weeks, whispers swirled about her condition, with fans flooding social media with well wishes and support. When she eventually returned to the public eye, her resilience and dedication were evident, silencing many of the rumors while reaffirming her importance to the Koker empire. Despite the challenges, Danny and Corey have chosen to keep their private lives largely out of the spotlight. Their decision to avoid addressing rumors directly has only added to their mystique. As Danny himself once hinted in an interview, "Some things are meant to stay between us. It's what keeps us grounded." Perhaps this is a wise decision given the tragedy he has already been through. For fans, the love story between Danny and Corey is as compelling as the custom cars and rock anthems that define their brand. Yet, the rumors and tragedies, whether real or exaggerated, can feel like a sad chapter in their story. Their ability to navigate the pressures of fame together, while supporting each other through personal and professional challenges, is a testament to their strength as a couple. The speculation surrounding Danny and Corey Koker's relationship serves as a reminder that once the spotlight hits you, there's no escaping speculation and rumors. That being said, the couple are still very much together, proving that they can weather any storm. It's perhaps this strong bond that has helped Danny to overcome various tragedies, from the ending of Counting Cars to various legal problems, and rebuild himself. A legacy rebuilt. The conclusion of Counting Cars in 2021 marked the end of an era for Danny Koker, but it didn't signify the end of his journey. For many, this was a moment of uncertainty. Could the Count maintain his legacy without the visibility of reality TV? In the years since, Danny has proven that his passion and entrepreneurial spirit are still the driving forces behind his enduring influence, but whispers of challenges and speculation about his future are never far behind. Count's Customs, Danny's iconic custom car shop in Las Vegas, remains the cornerstone of his legacy. The shop has transitioned into something more than a business. It's now a living museum of his most celebrated work. Visitors from around the world flock to the shop, eager for a glimpse of the masterpieces that once dazzled on television. The free tours offered by the shop not only sustain interest in Danny's work, but also allow fans to relive the magic of Counting Cars. Still, the questions about Danny's health and future ambitions cast a shadow over his many achievements. Despite Danny's public reassurance that he's doing well, rumors about health struggles and financial troubles continue to linger. But Danny has always been someone who thrives on passion, and that's exactly what his music embodies. His band, Count 77, is rocking the stage and releasing new tracks, blending classic rock with the raw energy that fans love. For Danny, music is more than just a creative escape. It's a bridge to his past and a way to carve out a new future. The success of Count 77 has solidified his identity as a true artist, proving his talents go far beyond just custom cars. What's more, it's a passion he shares with his wife, creating a deeper connection between them, one that's rooted in more than just the world of cars. While Danny's ventures after Counting Cars have certainly been successful, there's no denying that many fans still long for the familiar face that once graced their TV screens. And honestly, who can blame him for stepping away from the spotlight? The constant pressure of TV fame left him drained, and it's clear now that his decision to leave was more about reclaiming his peace and moving on from the struggles of the past. By leaving TV life behind, Danny is giving himself the chance to start fresh, on his terms. The mystery of Danny Koker's next chapter continues to intrigue fans. Will he expand his empire, or will the weight of his past and the tragedies that have accompanied his success finally catch up with him? For now, Danny's legacy is alive and well, but the lingering questions surrounding his future only make his story that much more compelling, and maybe more sad. The mysterious future of Danny Koker. As Danny Koker drives into the next chapter of his life, the road ahead remains uncertain. With Counting Cars behind him, fans can't help but wonder, what's next for the Count? For someone who has built an empire on creativity, passion, and resilience, the possibilities seem endless. But for someone who has sadly struggled in the spotlights, will the Count choose to fade into obscurity to avoid further upset? At the heart of this mystery remains Danny's health. The ongoing rumors of health concerns have been largely fueled by his reduced public appearances in recent years. Fans have taken to social media, sharing concerns and theories about his well-being. Danny himself has addressed these rumors indirectly, assuring his followers on Twitter that he's still in good spirits and actively involved with his passion. Yet the pictures don't lie. There have been times when Danny hasn't looked himself, leading many to believe that stress or illness could be plaguing his life. The lack of consistent updates only adds to the air of uncertainty. Financial speculation also swirls around Danny's name. Despite his reported net worth of $13 million and a personal collection of over 100 vehicles, Some question whether the costs of maintaining such a lifestyle might eventually catch up to him. The closure of counting cars eliminated a significant revenue stream, leaving fans to wonder how Danny has adapted to this change. While Count's Customs remains a thriving business and tourist attraction, it's unclear whether it generates the same level of income as during the show's heyday. However, for every hopeful theory, there's a more somber one. Some believe that Danny may be quietly stepping back from the public eye, choosing to focus on his personal life and health. After decades in the spotlight, such a retreat would not be unprecedented. Danny has often expressed gratitude for his fans and career, but he's also hinted at the toll that fame can take. While Danny has faced his share of setbacks and tragedies, his resilience has always been his defining trait. Whether he chooses to expand his empire, step away from the spotlight, or surprise everyone with a bold new venture, Danny Koker's story may not be over. This gives hope to the many people who would like to see the cheeky Count return to his former self and leave sadness and tragedy behind. Would you like to see Danny Koker return to TV? What was your favorite moment from counting cars? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.